Okay, let's talk about installing the legs. It's the way it's going to come out of the box. You'll unwrap the legs very carefully. You'll notice that one is marked left, one is marked right, and like I said before, that corresponds to the way that the headboard is oriented when you're looking at it. You'll also notice that contained in the hardware package are 4 bolts marked very appropriately, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not so much the order that they need to be installed in as much as it is the holes that they correspond to, which again, there's 2 and 3. There is 1, and of course number 4, because a couple of them are of differing lengths. Can't emphasize the importance of using the washers. The washers provide strength, they provide stability, they give you the opportunity to not screw the bolt through the wood. So very important. You want to take the washers, and we'll just start with number 1. But lining the holes up, just jock it around a little bit, should drop right into place. Over to number 2. Again, line the hole up. And the way that these work is underneath and inside the hole there is a piece of hardware that's a furniture bolt, or nut, that will accept this when you tighten it and turn it in. You don't have to tighten them exceptionally tight. However, tighten them down until they hold and you feel like they're
like they're holding,
for lack of a better way of saying it. I'm going to use a ratchet just because that's easier, but that doesn't mean that you have to. They will drive in, as you can see, by hand pretty easily. I believe this is a 5/8 bolt head, so that's the corresponding wrench that you'd want to use. And I realized I grabbed a 9/16. So I'm showing you, you can finger tighten them. But you want to get them, good and snug, but like I said, it doesn't have to be crushing force, 2 people bearing down on it, just enough to keep it tight, because the way the headboard's built, the legs will support the weight and you're going to mount it to the wall anyway. So this is just to hold the vertical weight so that not everything is on the studs. So there we go, and we have they're attached tight enough for the moment, at least for demonstration purposes. Next thing you want to see is the cord that comes out of the little opening here. I don't know if you can see inside, but if you do take a look in there, shine a flashlight around it or whatever, you'll notice electrical boxes. It is wired with Romex, just like the walls of your house are wired. So we went extra safe on that, and that is the installation part of the legs. Anyway, I'm going to flip this over and show you how to put the lights on the front. All right, we've got this thing set up. The legs are installed. We're still backstage, and I'm going to flip this down onto its back, and I'm doing it not only one person, but one-handed, not to show off, and not that I recommend that you do it with one person or even one-handed, but to show you that it can be done. It's really probably ought to be a 2-person job. So here we are, flat on its back, and if you go over to the sockets for the lights, you can see what the setup is here. Again, just put the knob on just like you would a normal everyday dimmer switch. And then this little buddy, you notice there are pre-drilled screw holes here. And there are pre-drilled screw holes here. In fact, I do not believe that the two will mount interchangeably. So that should save you having to worry about the getting the right side. But again, Corbin on this side goes on the right side. It fits right into this opening here, just like that. So what you want to do is take the spade connectors. You see the male end and the female end, and they correspond with their mates on the other side. Simply plug those together. They'll push together nice and firmly, and then before you do that, you're going to want to undo the loop. That's just to keep it from falling back through during shipping. Undo that, connect those up, and then stuff the wire down into the hole. Take the light and place it on there. Put the screws in maybe ahead of time. It'll help you to sight the screw holes, and tighten them up. Again, you don't need to crank to the point where you're splitting the wood, but get them good and firm, and you shouldn't ever have to worry about them again. And that really is it. You flip this thing up to standing, and then put the big bulbs in here. I would hang it on the French cleat, and I'll give you information on that as well. But hang it on the French cleat, install the light bulbs, and make sure that that's fished out of the way before you mount it on the cleat, and just roll with it. Plug it in, and you've got inside the bin your charging station and plenty of room. If you have any questions at all, give me a call. Let me know what you think of it, and I thank you again, both for the business and maybe even more so for your patience with this. I think you're going to love it, and I really hope that you have it for a long time.